So in our previous class we are discussing about chemical effects of electric current. In that we have discussed about good conductors and poor conductors of electricity, and we have learned that liquids also conduct electricity. So which all liquids conduct electricity? Yes, tap water, lemon juice, salt water, etc. And some liquids do not conduct electricity. We have also seen that magnetic needle shows deflection when electricity passes through them. Do you know electric current also shows some chemical effects on the solution? So let us find out with the help of an activity. Now let us perform an activity to see what are the chemical effects and electric current shows on a solution. Take out carbon rods carefully from 2 discarded cells. Clean their metal caps with sandpaper. Wrap copper wires around the metal cap of the carbon rods and join them to a battery. We call these 2 rods as electrodes. Pour a cup full of water in a glass or plastic bowl. Add a teaspoonful of salt or a few drops of lemon juice to water to make it more conducting. Now immerse 2 carbon rods in the solution. These carbon rods are electrodes. One of the electrode is connected to positive terminal of the battery, whereas the other is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Let us leave the apparatus undisturbed for about 3 to 4 minutes and let the electricity pass through the liquids. We can see that the bubbles of a gas formed on the electrodes. As you can see here, this bubble indicates there are some gas evolving from the solution. Which gas has been evolved here? Through some experiment we found that the gases evolved are hydrogen and oxygen. So that means that this water is converted into hydrogen and oxygen. That means water has undergone a chemical change. What is a chemical change? Yes, we have already studied in class 7th. It means that a substance converted into an entirely new substance. So here water has converted into new substance, that is hydrogen and oxygen. So this was due to electric current that we passed through the water. So this tells us that electric current have a chemical effect on the solution that passes through. This is also called as electrolysis of water. Now we've seen that passage of an electric current through conducting solution may causes chemical changes. That is caused because of chemical reactions happening with the solution. Now the changes we saw was bubbles. In some cases we see color change of solution. But we can also see deposits of metals on electrodes. So this is what we called chemical effects of electric current. You know, it was done by the first time by a British chemist. In 1800, a British chemist, William Nicholson, had shown that if electrodes were immersed in water and a current was passed, bubbles of oxygen and hydrogen were produced. Oxygen bubbles formed on the electrode connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and hydrogen bubbles formed on the other electrode. You might have seen women using ornaments which appear to be made of gold. However, with repeated use, the gold coating wears off, revealing silver or some other metals beneath. In both these cases, a metal has a coating of another metal. Do you know how a layer of one metal can be deposited on top of another? Let us find out with the help of an activity. We should make a solution of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is a salt. Let's dissolve copper sulfate in distilled water, about 250 ml of distilled water. Now in this beaker we have a copper sulfate solution, which is a good conductor of electricity. Now to increase the conductivity of this copper sulfate solution, let's add few drops of sulfuric acid to it. Now the solution is ready for passing electricity through it. Now for the solution, to conduct electricity we shall put 2 copper plates in it. Now before we use the copper plate, we have to clean this copper plate with the sandpaper, because there could be some impurities or layers of some compounds present on copper plate. Then we have to rinse it with water and completely dry it. Now we can use the copper plate for the solution. Now we are going to connect both the copper plate with 2 wires. One of the copper plates will be connected to the positive terminal and the other copper plate will be connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Now leave this apparatus for 15 to 20 minutes and let's allow the electricity to pass through the solution. Now it's the time to take out the copper plate from the solution. Do you see the change in size of both the copper plates? Yes, the copper plate that was connected to positive terminal of the battery has become thin, whereas the plate connected to the negative terminal of the battery has become thicker. What must have happened when the electric current was flowing through the solution, due to which the size of the copper plate has completely changed? Now what happens here is the copper plates are the electrodes. So when the electricity is passing through the solution, the copper sulfate dissociate. That is, it breaks the respective ions and forms copper and sulfate. The copper becomes positive and on the other hand sulfate becomes negative. Now you must be knowing that positive thing always attracts negative. So in this solution copper is positive, so it gets attracted to the negative terminal of the battery. And what is present in the negative terminal of the battery? The copper plate. So slowly all the copper from the solution starts getting deposited on the copper plate, which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. But what about loss of copper from the solution? Well, the copper from the solution is taken care by the other electrode. The electrode is nothing but the copper plate, which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Now from this copper plate, the copper starts dissolving in the solution. Thus the loss of copper is restored and process keeps on going. Now how can we define electroplating? The process of depositing a layer of any desired metal on another material by means of electricity is called electroplating. Electroplating is a very useful process. It is widely used in industries for coating metal objects with a thin layer of different metal. For example, chromium plating is done on many objects such as car parts, bath taps, kitchen gas, bicycle, wheel rims, etc. Chromium has a shiny appearance. It resists scratches. However, chromium is expensive and it may not be economical to make the whole object out of chromium. Jewelry makers electroplate silver and gold on less expensive metals. These ornaments have the appearance of silver or gold but are much less expensive. Tin cans used for storing food are made by electroplating tin. Tin is less reactive than iron. Thus, food does not come into contact with iron and is protected from getting spoiled. Iron is used in bridges and automobiles. However, iron tends to corrode and rust, so a coating of zinc is deposited on iron. to protect it from corrosion and formation of rust. So we have discussed about chemical effects of electric current and electroplating. So children, our chapter is over. I have attached the URL video and notes, and I have attached the extra notes also. So all of you copy the notes in your notebook, and there will be a test paper, as you know. So all of you please attend the test paper and post it. Okay, see you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye.